Express.Skoolie episode 32. 32 starts the same way as all the rest of them. This week, we're doing all kinds of busy stuff. All kinds of trim work, all kinds of cleanup work, finish work, getting it ready to actually be livable inside. So come along as we show you just a little bit about some woodwork and some electrical work and some painting work and all kinds of good stuff. Here we go. So, one of the problems with every schoolie is how to deal with the cabinets so that they don't open while you're driving down the road. Because, you go around the bend and your junk drawer slides open, or your utility drawer slides open, or your door slides open and pots and pans go all over everything. So, we have a solution that we've seen other buses do and thought we'd share it with you. No, Alice and I are not pregnant. We are not having babies. That's gone. I'm a grandfather now. But we are taking advantage of some of the latest in baby safety equipment, baby safety locks, to lock our drawers. So each lock comes with two parts. They come with a striker plate that goes on the inside of the cabinet. It's stationary, and then they have this locking mechanism. And you see how it has that switch on there. When you open this switch, up comes that. And that stays open, and when the drawer closes, it clicks in. When you are stationary and you're not going anywhere, you flip this switch up and open comes that lock, and you're ready to go. When you are getting ready to drive, you flip it open, close the drawers, and away it goes. So when this is open like this, all you have to do is get it in contact with that magnet, and it closes, or it opens and allows you to get the drawer open. See, I just took it away, and it did. All you have to do is get in just within striking range, and it'll do that. So in operation, when you have it on there, all you need to do is take this little magnet. See, now, right now, it's locked and will not come off. Put that one on the side, open it up. And again, while we're stationary, you flip that little switch. Away you go. Now we're ready to drive. You open it up. Little kids can't get in, and pots and pans can't come out. So these parts are equipped with a foam with a sticky tape on them. Makes the installation really, really easy. On our cabinets, the issue is that lock, when it's in position, sticks down past there, so not all of the foam sticks on there. So it does have little spots on there for screws, so we're going to use screws. So the next little trim finish stuff we're going to do is some storage and racks for the bunk area. So we got these at our local construction junction, which is a resale reuse area, and those are HYMNAL racks. We have 4 of them. One for this bunk. We're going to put one down here. We've got one that we're going to retask for the bathroom, and then we haven't decided exactly where the 4th one's going to go. So what we're doing right now is we're kind of trying to eyeball level in here. It's impossible to do because level is not level. So we're just going with what our eyes say. Allison is currently holding the left side up, and what I've done is I've used the original screws here and here. Well, this is 1/4 inch, and that's not gonna hold. That'll rip right out of there. But that'll also mark the locations. So we're getting ready now to mark those holes with those 100-year-old screws, and then we'll take them out. Now then we'll know where to drill. I'll show you what happens after that. So now that we've taken it off, we have 4 holes that now mark where we need to go. Let me show you what we're going to use for fasteners. So those are hollow wall anchors. I don't know if y'all know what those are, but they collapse like this and then spring open inside. Normally spring open inside the hole, and then as you screw the screw on, that sucks up against the wall and will hold your piece in. Well, that's silver metal, and those old bolts were brass, or screws were brass. So I bought brass screws that are the same thread pitch as those. So we're going to use brass to hold that in. This uses a 3/8 drill bit to drill the hole in through, and we'll drill those in and show you next. So we've now enlarged those holes to holes that are the size that will fit those toggles together. So there you go. We put those in, nice brass with the toggles in, and now they go into the wall. I'll show you what it looks like when it sits up there in the wall. And just like that, you have a place to put your phone while you're laying at this end of the bed. Just put it up on there, turn your light off, go to bed. That's pretty cool. Way to reuse and recycle, hey? Time to do the bottom one. Just like that, we got 1, 2 holders. So now we've got a proper space to store cell phones and books and whatever when you're traveling with us in the school bus. There you go. So in lines of other things of busy stuff to do, we built ourselves another door. This time it's a sliding door as opposed to a closing door. And let's show you how it works. This one's built differently than the other doors. Where I did the pockets there, I actually ripped down or milled down poplar boards to 1/2 inch, and that's 1/2 inch birch plywood. Allison has yet to work her magic on the door there, but how the door works is you notice that there's an offset up in the front. This will slide directly up into it. We just used 24-inch heavy-duty soft close sliders, drawer slides, and there we go. I don't have the trim on in the front, so the door doesn't exactly meet. The other thing that I'm thinking of doing is putting a piece of trim, obviously besides this, putting a piece of trim along the side here. But there's another piece of busy work done for the weekend. Our bathroom actually has some privacy now. Allison's been busy working her magic. She's been in here with mastic to kind of close off the seams. We'll be getting ready to red guard here very, very soon. But that's another piece of busy work done for the weekend. Shower's coming along too. Now, fast forward to the end of the weekend, and Allison has gotten a couple of good coats of waterproofing on the shower. We are using Red Guard. I took 2 coats and basically brushed on to cover over the joints that we put in there, and then rolled on to cover the rest of it. Now that is all waterproof. People actually told us that we could be using OSB. We didn't have to necessarily use concrete board, but I don't know, I'm kind of old school. We ended up using that. So now this is all ready for tile. So that's the end of that thing. Attention to that 120 volt light. That shouldn't be in an RV. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we are going to have over our stove area, it's a mess in here, but anyway, over our stove area, we're going to have a light here and another light over in here. And I needed to put another switch in. So there it is. There's a switch. That is 1/2 inch birch plywood. And instead of using a 2x4, I kind of built myself a chaseway in there. So that worked out really nicely. So that's finished off. And finally, starting to get a little bit more trim up front as well. In this case, we're kind of closing off the hat channels so you don't see them off the windows there. That is just a standard piece of poplar. I ripped it down to 3 inches. It's 3 inches there. Then I used a 1/2 inch piece of birch plywood and ripped it at a 1/2 inch. So that's 1/2 by 1/2 square. That pulls us off of the wall enough and allows us to be able to kind of push the windows back in again. Well, you have those clips to hold the window in. Well, we took those out, and now we're using those wood pieces to hold it in. Then that caused us to have to make a modification to the table, because we now have this piece in here. Those brass screws go right into the same holes that the bus screws that were holding the clips. But had to come back here and had to trim this piece out so that the table would fit back in again. Everything works just the way it should. So we're getting a little bit more finished work done. Yeah, it's coming along. So pay no attention to the wires, the mess and everything. Everything looks messy before it gets clean, before it gets done. Once again, another fun week on the Harmony Express.Skoolie. Things are really coming together. Allison is doing a lot of great finish work. We'll kind of detail that in the next week as we move along. We're going to get some nice weather this weekend, so we'll be able to put the rest of the solar panels back up on the roof and get those ready to go. Lots of really good stuff happening. So thanks for coming along. Please make sure that you hit the like button down at the bottom. If you like this video, comment and let us know what you think was so cool. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.